Sometimes our dogs do things that leave us completely puzzled. They spin in circles before lying down, sneeze while playing, or scoot across the floor like something's wrong. Many owners think these behaviors are random or funny, but they're actually messages, signals that reveal instincts, emotions, or even health issues. In this video, I'll decode 15 of the strangest dog behaviors, explaining why they happen and what you can do to keep your best friend happier, calmer, and healthier every day. Welcome to Dog Care Academy. My mission here is to help you truly understand your dog beyond commands and tricks, focusing on emotional connection, communication, and well-being. Every video is made to transform curiosity into care. So, by the end of this one, you'll see your dog's actions in a completely new light. Let's dive into the incredible world of canine behavior and discover what your dog has been trying to tell you all along. And by the way, after the second point, I'd love to hear about your dog's quirkiest habit in the comments. Point 1. Spinning before lying down. When my dog turns in circles before sleeping, I used to think it was just cute bedtime choreography, but that little spin is actually a deeply rooted instinct. Their ancestors did it to flatten grass and ensure safety before resting. It's perfectly normal, yet excessive spinning or signs of discomfort can indicate hip or joint pain. If your dog hesitates to lie down, check for stiffness or limping. What looks like a harmless spin might be their body quietly asking for help. Point 2. Sneezing. During play, have you noticed your dog sneezing in the middle of a game? It's not allergies, it's communication. Dogs use what behaviorists call play sneezes to signal excitement and reassure you or another dog that the fun is safe, not aggressive. It's their version of saying, "I'm happy and relaxed." However, constant sneezing outside of play may point to irritation or allergies. By learning this difference, we stop misreading playfulness as illness. What about your dog? Do they sneeze when playing? Tell me below. Point 3. Licking their nose. Dogs lick their noses to keep them moist, which helps capture scent particles more effectively. A wet nose sharpens their extraordinary sense of smell. But here's the catch. Frequent or frantic nose licking can also mean stress, nausea, or dental pain. It's one of those subtle body language cues that often go unnoticed. When you spot repetitive licking combined with yawning or panting, take it as a sign of discomfort and observe if it repeats over several days. Point 4. Eating grass. When I first saw my dog munching on grass, I thought he was sick. Later I learned it's often harmless and instinctual. Dogs may eat grass to add fiber, aid digestion, or simply enjoy the texture and smell. But if the habit becomes obsessive, or leads to vomiting, it could signal gastric irritation, parasites, or boredom. The key is balance. Occasional nibbling is fine, but consistent grazing deserves a quick vet check, just to rule out stomach sensitivity or deficiency. Point 5. Sleeping at your feet. Ever wonder why your dog insists on sleeping right beside or even on your feet? It's not just affection. That closeness is your dog's way of saying, "You are my safe zone." In the wild, dogs sleep near pack leaders for warmth and protection. This bond shows loyalty and trust. However, if your dog becomes anxious when separated, it may be drifting into dependency. The goal is to balance love with independence, creating a confident and emotionally secure companion. Point 6. Rolling in grass. Seeing my dog roll with joy in the grass always makes me smile, but this behavior runs deeper than fun. It's instinctual scent behavior. In the wild, rolling in natural smells help dogs camouflage themselves or mark territory. Today, it's often a mix of pleasure and communication. Still, be cautious with lawns treated with chemicals or pesticides. Allow the roll, but keep it safe. A happy roll in clean grass can relieve stress and strengthen your dog's emotional balance. Point 7. Sniffing people's groins. Few things are more awkward than when your dog greets a guest by sniffing their crotch. But this isn't bad manners, it's pure biology. Dogs explore pheromones to gather information, age, sex, even emotional state. Their vomeronasal organ translates scent into meaning. Redirecting politely is the best approach. Avoid scolding, which only confuses them. Offer a calm, "come here" command and reward attention away from the guest. You're not correcting love, you're shaping social boundaries. Come here. Point 8. Zoomies after bath. If your dog bolts around the house after a bath, that burst of chaos isn't misbehavior, it's stress release. Bathing disrupts their scent and body temperature, so those wild sprints help rebalance their energy and dry off quickly. Veterinarians call it post-bath zoomies. It's harmless unless floors are slippery, so provide a towel path or safe space to run. What seems like madness is actually a joyful recovery ritual that helps your dog feel clean and free again. Point 9. Scooting on the floor. It's one of the funniest yet most concerning sights, a dog dragging its bottom across the carpet. While many laugh, scooting is often a red flag. The most common causes include impacted anal glands, parasites, or skin irritation. If your dog scoots repeatedly, smells bad, or licks the area obsessively, it's time for a vet visit. Ignoring it can lead to infections or serious discomfort. This one truly isn't about comedy. It's a cry for relief. Point 10. Chasing their tail. Chasing looks entertaining, but it reveals important emotional or medical signals. Puppies do it to explore motion, but adult dogs may be coping with boredom, anxiety, or even neurological conditions. If it's occasional, fine. If constant, enrich their environment. More walks, mental games, or scent play. Persistent tail chasing, especially with skin irritation or frustration, should be evaluated professionally. A tired, fulfilled dog rarely chases their tail. A bored one often does. Point 11. Howling at sirens. That eerie howl when an ambulance passes isn't random noise. Dogs are descendants of wolves who howled to communicate across distances. Sirens share similar frequencies, triggering instinctive replies. It's natural and rarely harmful. If it bothers neighbors, gradual desensitization can help. Play low siren sounds and reward calmness. But honestly, that heartfelt howl is often just your dog joining the ancient pack chorus echoing through their DNA. Point 12. Eating poop. Coprophagia. Disgusting, yes, but not uncommon. Dogs might eat feces out of curiosity, stress, or nutritional deficiency. For puppies, it's often learned from their mothers who clean the den. The fix lies in management. Remove waste quickly, ensure a balanced diet, and add mental stimulation. Avoid punishment. It increases anxiety. If the habit persists, have your vet check for digestive or enzyme issues. Understanding the cause makes this problem far easier to solve. Point 13. Shaking toys. When my dog violently shakes his stuffed toy, it might look aggressive, but it's instinct at work. That motion mimics how canines once subdued prey. Today it's a healthy outlet that releases endorphins and burns energy. However, if shaking becomes obsessive or directed at smaller animals, redirect play. Rotate toys weekly to prevent fixation and encourage variety. This behavior, when guided well, satisfies primal drives safely and keeps your dog mentally stimulated. Point 14. Sleeping with their back to you. A dog turning its back while resting beside you might feel dismissive, but it's actually the highest form of trust. In pack behavior, sleeping back to back allows shared vigilance. One watches while the other rests. When your dog faces away, they're saying, "Dos, you're safe. I've got this." It's comfort and security in motion. Recognizing this small act of confidence can deepen the emotional bond between you and your loyal companion. Point 15. Sighing or groaning. That long exhale when your dog settles isn't sadness, it's relief. A content dog often sighs after play or when finally resting. It signals relaxation and satisfaction, like a human saying, "Ah, perfect." But if sighing comes with tension, restlessness, or avoidance, consider possible pain or frustration. Context is key. These little sounds, when understood, become part of the emotional language that transforms how we care for our dogs each day. As I look back on these behaviors, it's amazing how many of them reveal our dog's intelligence and sensitivity. Every spin, sneeze, and roll carries a purpose, a tiny piece of evolutionary wisdom or emotional communication. When we slow down enough to interpret them, we stop seeing weird actions and start recognizing a creature that speaks fluently, just not with words. The more we understand these signals, the stronger our connection grows. Our dogs don't hide their emotions. They display them through every gesture, glance, and sound. Decoding those signs turns everyday coexistence into a shared language of trust. And in the end, that's what being a great dog owner is all about. Listening with the heart and responding with knowledge, patience, and love.